Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you. And I'm going to start this reading off with the Wild Unknown archetype, and I pulled for you the box. I believe Virgo got this card in the same position, so I'm calling that out because Virgo may be relevant to you in some way. It may not. But this is about the norm, the status quo, the rules and regulations, the expectations, what is known, what is anticipated, what is expected. And this clearly, as this visual indicates, layers upon layers upon layers. So we are born into a box. And for many of us, the process of individuating and evolving means breaking through barriers. So this is indicating to me that you are looking at obstacles to expressing yourself, connecting in a way that you want to connect, or experiencing resources with others in a way that feels fair or equal. And from the Crystal Spirit Oracle, I pulled the emerald, the beautiful emerald, which is all about, there's even a little heart up there, giving and receiving love. This is about the love that we want to have in our lives, that we want to experience in our relationships. And this also includes love as a kind of service. And it does generally instruct you to be the love that you want to see in the world, in your relationships. And that means acting from a space of open-heartedness, heart healing, offering, giving in a way that does not calculate how the return should be received or expected. Giving with trust and faith that the reward of that service will be, it will be balanced out or returned to you in some way. So this really, for me, is about equity as well as love, because love implies balance in giving and receiving, which implies justice or fairness, which is about justice, and it's about meeting people or others where they're at, and equitable opportunities is about coming from the needs of others, taking that into account. So we don't hold everyone accountable in the same way. However, we do afford others the opportunity to share and be as open-hearted and generous as we would like to be or we intend to be. So there's a lot here, and it feels like you are perhaps struggling in your relationships to explore what love means to you, what positive relationship, a productive relationship, a supportive relationship actually means in the context of your own social environment. In the present, 2 cards, the Servant or the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. Interesting. So yeah, there's all of this energy about giving and receiving, and the High Priestess is about reflecting upon your experiences. This feels as though you are reflecting on your experiences of love, of giving and receiving love. And this can also move into the area of your creative expression, the way that you generally offer your services and experience the love or creativity or play or passion of others. So this is how you exercise your passion, and perhaps you're reviewing relationships or experiences, opportunities in the past that engaged your passion. that engaged your heart, that really spoke to you, that you knew were for you without discussion. Because the high priestess doesn't need words. The high priestess is silent. That wisdom, those lessons learned are things you hold for you. It's a kind of maturation over time. Sometimes this is within this life. This may be lessons that have been passed to us from ancestors. This is definitely about guidance and the kind of guidance you may have received about love, about giving, about sharing, about compassion, and the experiences you've had. So this feels very open-ended right now. In the past, the World card. This is about closing some chapter, and what immediately comes to me is the planet Saturn is in retrograde right now in Aries. So all the ways that we have been moving forward in a new direction, giving form or structure to a dream we have, or something we want to experience in its practical, resourceful form, is shifting and changing. This feels like a gateway between childhood and adulthood, between adulthood and later life seniority, for instance. And many of you may be at one threshold or another that revolves around Saturn returns, what we call Saturn returns. Um, so this is important because it's showing me that you're releasing, letting go of an old version of yourself, an old chapter of your life that has been concluded, and you're stepping into a new chapter. And the former chapter absolutely prepared you for what you are embarking upon now. So this can be pursuing a professional career. This can be starting a family. This can be uh, moving into a community that you're invested in, etc. Whatever the circumstance, you're moving out of perhaps a less stable or consistent routine into a series of very consistent routine and highly responsible obligations or activities in your life. So think of Saturn as the taskmaster, but in Aries, this is really about working hard to pioneer something. So that suggests to me that you are breaking through layers of the box and establishing yourself on your own terms in the future. The Four of Cups is absolutely about the practice that you are now putting towards moving in a direction that is supportive, moving towards relationships that value you, that see your worth, claiming your worth, understanding that you cannot be dismissed or overlooked, that you deserve engagement, and perhaps something that you thought you always wanted, something that you thought would stabilize you or give you the foundation that you desired, is coming back into your world again, revisiting you as an opportunity that now you are measuring in a different way. This has moved beyond the fantasy of something that was wonderful, something you wished for, into a place of being responsible to the connection or the opportunity in terms of whether it is truly a match for you, whether you can negotiate an equitable relationship, a reciprocal relationship, or whether you've outgrown this match and maybe you want to look at this opportunity or this relationship in a different way, or maybe you're going to pass on this and work at it from another angle. The opportunity is here for you to establish a foundation, an emotional foundation, not just in the way that you respond to or accept this opportunity, but in terms of the process whereby you consider the effort, the community, the partnership that you're forming in terms of the work that it affords you to be of service in a larger way, not only to each other, to your family, but to your community, to your collective, to your team, to the world. So this establishes a love in the form of worth, value, expression, gifts, flow of resources. This supports a flow, not hoarding, not stop-gapping, not blocking love and flow in your life to and from you. If this reading is resonating with you, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I thank you all for being here and all the ways that you support me. And so I'm going to clarify the World card in the past with the Four of Earth and the King of Air, the High Priestess and the Servant or the Page of Cups with the Page of Earth, and the Three of Earth, and for the Four of Cups, the Chariot in the future, and the Ten of Air. Okay, so big beginnings and endings here, I see. So in the past, the closing out of this chapter, for some of you it is the chapter of youth, for others of you it is the middle life of adulthood that you're closing out and preparing for a new stage in life. The Four of Earth and the King of Air are showing me two different energies. This is your energy. This is the energy of being open to new ideas, exploring alternatives, innovations, opportunities that others haven't necessarily pioneered or experimented with much. But you are more than willing. You understand what's at stake. And at the same time, there is the instinct to hold on to something that is familiar, something that you know. This can be anything from a savings, a gift, an inheritance, to keeping that good job that you have, or investing in a home that you feel will anchor you throughout this new opportunity, this new transition, or this new opportunity to be grounded, to experience some measure of stability and security in your life. At the same time, you are exploring, stretching out, and hopefully this nest egg, this edifice, this home are examples of ways that you can keep yourself anchored in the real world. Count your achievements to date as you move forward into something that is more experimental, more alternative for you. So in the present, the High Priestess and the Page of Cups are clarified by the Page of Earth and the Three of Earth. You're all about collaboration. You're all about the team. You're all about working with others who are similarly expert in some area that aligns with yours. You're about no hierarchy, no bosses, simply working with peers as peers, being willing to step forward when you have expertise or knowledge to contribute, stepping back to allow others to do the same. So this is very much about learning as a team, as part of a team, in order to create something that is beautiful, practical, resourceful, that generates its own abundance, that amplifies what each member has exponentially. And you are new at this. You are experienced for sure, but you're aware that this choice that you're making to collaborate with others, to work as part of a community or part of a team, requires new skills, new knowledge, and you are clearly willing and able to do what is necessary in order to truly understand the value of this alternative way of building and creating. So there is a sense with the Page of Earth that you know the right way, or that you want to do things the right way. And this is one of an Earth quality, right? Doing things the correct way, being correct, being even perfect, impeccable in a way that can be difficult to interact with those that are coming from a place of a less secure sense of their value or resources. So others among the team have different skill sets than you do. And one of your skill sets is manifesting things, making things real, organizing things, putting things into a kind of practice. But other skill sets may be the dreamers, the compassionate thinkers, those who attend to the relationship dynamics within the team and have a particular genius for coaxing out creative inspiration and innovation. So I feel as though you have both qualities, but you may be moving according to uh, an assumption about what makes for success or achievement. And this is part of your breaking through layers of the status quo, or what is normal, what is an expected behavior or achievement according to whatever social construct is your environment. But it also is indicating that there are layers and layers to even this brave and clear movement towards some greater truth, more inclusive truth. And when you're including more people, there have to be a variety of ways for people to interact, to grow as part of a team. So that is something I think that makes you powerful member of a collaborative team, but also indicates sometimes a lack of patience with the expectations or the energy of others. In the future, the Four of Cups is clarified by the Chariot and the Ten of Air. So there's a sort of restlessness here in terms of being a part of something, opting into a relationship or an opportunity that doesn't seem to be working out in the way that you thought it would, or you're not used to the kinds of emotional experiences that you're having. You're not used to suspending perhaps judgment about the effort, your efforts and the efforts of others. What support looks like may feel ragged or uneven. But one of your greatest strengths is your ability to move out of your area of comfort. You are willing, in order to pursue this goal of greater unity among others, in community in particular, you are willing to be uncomfortable. You recognize that in order to be a part of something, it isn't always going to be comfortable for you. You're interacting and engaging with people you may not have engaged with in the past. They may be out of your familiar cultural normative range of experience. And in that way, you are having to release a whole set of beliefs that supported what we consider to be the status quo. What is normative? What should we expect? what is possible? What can we have? And your unwitting, unconscious approval of the beliefs that you were conditioned around is something that you are beginning to understand are options. They are choices. You are making choices to be free of something that has existed as mainstream. And you're moving into an area where you are agreeing to build on a new set of principles and beliefs, a new, more expansive principle of communication, connection, access, the free exchange of information, the creative use and openness to ideas, the ability to entertain ideas freely, even if they're not adopted or they're ultimately rejected. So there's a whole lot of uh, lifestyle change that is possibly happening as a part of your world over the last, I would say, few years, probably. For some of you, it may be more recent with the incredible acceleration of energy that's now available to us. But you're recognizing that letting go, surrendering to perhaps cultural norms that gave you comfort is not in the interest of building a better world, a more inclusive world. And I believe that that's what you're about. So I hope this has helped you, Aquarius. And I appreciate you being here. Until next time, namaste.